What's up with Bieber?
Yeah, I honestly, when it comes to baseball, I'm more worried about my Little League team. We got boat raced yesterday, 15-0.
Gosh.
I gave a 5-minute speech after. I'll get to Bieber in a second. After our Little League game, the kids were really down. I had them all get on one knee, and I gave them a 5-minute speech. Pep talk after the game.
Coach Carter, huh?
I did that. Got to get these kids. I don't want them losing their confidence. We got screwed by the league.
How?
It's a long story.
We got time. I got time.
We got a whole 28 minutes.
28 minutes.
We had a really good player on our team who had to leave the team because he was playing lacrosse. And our second best player, one of our other really good players, was sick yesterday, so it was tough. And the kid pitching for the other team.
It's lights out.
I don't know if this kid's taking roids or what. I'm kidding, obviously. This kid,
Pow! That glove hitting that
kid was
glove.
throwing
Hit
bullets.
that glove. Strike.
And the
Kids
coach
ain't
on
even
the other team let him pitch 5 innings. Which I don't know what was going on there.
Your player standing at the
It's
plate.
15-0 in the bottom of the fifth. He's still got the starting pitcher in. I'm like, what is
Y'all
happening
ain't got
here?
a mercy rule.
No, we could have ended the game after 4 innings, and I said, no, we want to play. Let's go.
What was
So
the
we played
score
1
after the fourth?
Actually, we didn't give up any runs in the last inning.
Okay.
So
Positive momentum for next game.
I got
Build
it.
on the
Listen,
positives.
we don't want to make fun of kids, and my kids were down on themselves, and they were feeling sad, and I boosted them up after the game. We got another game tonight. We're hoping to bounce back, get something going. We've made some plays in the field. I tried some new pitchers. My kid pitched an inning yesterday, gave up a few runs, but he got his first couple of strikeouts. Brought in his kid Dylan. He pitched a perfect inning in the 5th inning. We hit the ball a little bit late.
See, your kid got a little velocity too.
I said your son got
hard, but
your son got some strikeouts yesterday.
He got 2 strikeouts.
That was the first of the season, Phil.
First time he pitched in a game.
Woo! Hey, ain't nothing like the first time.
Anyway, so we're struggling a little bit, but we're going to turn it around. It's a long season. All right. Anyway, let's get to Shane Bieber. He needs to turn it around also because after he had pitched his best game of the year last night, guys, he got smoked. He was terrible. 12 hits, which I believe is a career high in hits allowed.
Correct.
He was absolutely atrocious against the White Sox team that's been really bad. They didn't lose 3-2. The final score was 8-2, I believe.
No, it's his record is now 3-2.
That's terrible.
Oh, that's his record. It says, okay. Anyway, 4 2/3, 12 hits, 6 runs, all earned. Oh, no, I think 5 were earned. 4 Ks, no walks. They didn't need any walks. They were smacking them all over the place. He was absolutely terrible. And he was like, it was a shutout going to the 5th inning, but he had given up multiple hits in a few other innings. He is not the same pitcher right now.
No.
You guys watched it.
Yes, I saw. Listen, when he's getting, and these wasn't no dribblers.
I can't.
They hitting the ball hard off. They up there getting their money's worth. They locked in.
They gapping it.
Look, when somebody stroke the ball like that and you see him like this and that head is on them. Listen, these dudes, and they are not scared of him in the least bit. It just seems like every pitch you throw over the plate is fat. It's not, he's giving guys, and to me, when your velocity goes down and guys start hitting you hard, and you can't locate some of your other pitches. Now he didn't walk nobody, but when you get hit hard like that, man, it's hard for me to say like that you're gonna be a guy that is a top of the line ace. And we've been talking about trading him for years now. At this point, he's losing.
He's lost his value. He's lost value right now. They need to build it back up. I will say this, there are good pitchers that get blown out sometimes. The problem is he hasn't been dominant all year. It's like I mentioned earlier, Corbin Burns, he's been a great pitcher. His first 2 starts, he got smoked. But since then, he's completely dominated. So you're like, well, okay. Shane Bieber's numbers, those are bad. Like, those are not across the board. Like a 3.20 ERA, I mean, that's fine. But it's misleading because he hasn't even pitched that well. A 1.22 whip is really bad. Really bad.
And if you
for that's not ace pitching, and a essentially a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio is terrible. Look at his strikeout to walk ratio last year,
36.
It was
Over
5.5
5-1
last year. It's 3.3 this year.
You got 30. He had
Yeah.
36. He had 36 walks last year. He's already at 13.
Right.
We ain't even in June.
Yeah, right. As strikeouts per 9 innings, he averaged almost a strikeout per inning last year. He's down 2 strikeouts per 9 innings. That, if you don't know how these stats work, that's a massive difference. That's a massive, concerning drop. And yeah, I mean, there's reason to be concerned about Shane Bieber because he does not look like an ace right now.
Can I ask you a question? And Jason's alluded to this before many times that
Yes.
this offseason is when he would look into trading Shane Bieber.
Yeah.
Is there any scenario, whether the Guardians are bad and continue to struggle, where he continues to struggle and his trade value just plummets, where they might consider moving him before the deadline this year?
His trade value plummets, and what's the point of trading him?
Get something back when you know you're going to lose him for nothing.
Well, no, you're not going to lose him for nothing because you could trade him at the end of the season anyway. And if he's not pitching, what on the other hand, you could say, well, what if he pitches well down the stretch? What if he pulls it together for the last 2 months after the trade deadline and then pitches a good game in the playoffs and then you trade him in the offseason? So, no, I think he's unlikely to be traded during the season unless the Guardians are totally out of it. The thing is, though, in this division is so bad that they probably won't be. I still think as bad as they're playing, and they're a bad baseball team right now, bad. They're not mediocre. They're bad right now. But the division stinks. So I still think they have a good chance to win it. But if all the things that are going wrong for this team continue to go wrong, then I think they're going to win it because eventually, and the Guardians have showed you time and time again in past years where they've gotten off the bad starts that they play their best baseball down the stretch, and that may happen again. And look, they're only, 5-2, that's 3.5 games out of first.
Man,
As bad as they've played, that's not a lot.
I mean, Bull.
I'm sorry, they're 19-22, so they're 4 games out of first.
I would look at this, Bull.
Tigers playing good baseball, by
Which
the way.
is unbelievable to me.
Crazy.
That they are
The Tigers.
Tigers.
Yeah.
I would definitely look at. I would look at moving Bieber to see if I can get a stick. I don't know what type of stick I can get. A power bat. I don't know what I could get.
I would.
But you don't want to trade a guy when his value's down.
I'm not trading Bieber right now
I'm not
because
trading him, no.
I need to see McKenzie come back. I need to see more of what we got already. Because if you moving on, like I get moving off of him next year, that makes sense. But if the rest of our pitching ain't great either, then
Mikey, by the way, I just sent you a direct message. I'd like to play that video if we can. Let me know if you have it.
Give me the tag board. I need sound on this.
Yeah.
Well,
Steve?
listen. I'm bringing Gavin Williams up here. I'm sorry. He's gonna come up. I'm gonna pitch him. I like.
So
Logan.
you just done with Bieber.
Well, look. Here's what I would look at. If I got a team, I'm looking how much worse is the next guy than Bieber.
But the thing with Bieber is
He just can't.
this guy's got a track record of being great. Now, he's not been great this
played
year.
good his last start.
But he still pitched pretty decently until this start. He's been decent. Not great, not dominant, not ace. So I'm not giving up on him. I'm not trading him while his value's down. I don't want to do that. Even if I brought up Gavin Williams, which they may do at some point, it's not to replace him. It's to replace, Peyton Battlefield or whoever, Battenfield. What they need to do now is call up their freaking catcher. Is they need to call up
Bo Naylor.
Bo Naylor because their catchers suck. But anyway, go ahead, Mike.
Well, we got the clip. You want to play it?
Yeah, so this is so embarrassing. So this is Comcast Sports, I think.
I believe it's NBC Sports.
NBC Sports Chicago. So not a surprise. The White Sox are the redheaded stepchild of Chicago. But their post-game show after the game, their host is this guy named Chuck Garfien. I don't know him really. And their analyst in the post-game is a guy named Gordon Beckham, who was a good player for the White Sox back in the day. And Chuck Garfien was particularly excited about this White Sox win over the Guardians. Let's hear this video.
Last season, the White Sox weren't good against Cleveland.
No.
They went 7-12. And if I'm not mistaken, the Guardians won the American League Central. They celebrated in their clubhouse, and you could overhear in the winning clubhouse these words, "Fire Tony," and bleep the White Sox. I'm wondering if that was on the minds of the White Sox today, many months later, because you know what? It was on my mind.
Wow.
And that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, what a day for the White Sox. I mean, I don't know about all the shenanigans you're talking about, but they definitely came out ready to go.
It was on social media.
Sure, that's fine.
It got out there.
It's either way. Lance Lynn had a great day.
You're taking the high road.
I'm taking the high road.
As opposed to me, and I'm just digging in the ditch.
Hey, it's okay.
Even
season,
Gordon Beckham was embarrassed. He's like, what is this idiot talking about?
Listen, shout out to him. He poured cold water all on that tape. He was like, come on now, you doing too much.
I don't know what you talking about?
First of all, that's all good and fine and dandy.
My check look good. I don't know what you talking about.
Even if that happened, that would be it sounds odd to me that the Guardians play. Why would the Guardians players chant "Fire Tony"?
That don't even sound
That
right.
doesn't make any sense.
I haven't heard a peep from any. I don't even think Tito lets them talk.
I can't imagine that. I find it hard to believe that the Guardians even did that. But even if they did, who can like Chuck Garfien and his White Sox, who were even worse than the Guardians, he's celebrating as if this was a stick it in the face moment. It's a regular season game in May, and your team sucks ass worse than the Guardians with a much higher payroll. You dope.
Fire
Chuck
Tony.
Garfien. Could you be any more clueless?
Fire Tony.
I think it was probably the White Sox players chanting F the White Sox.
That is more likely
and Fire
that they were
Tony,
chanting
because
Fire
the whole
Tony than
team
the
wanted
Guardians.
that old idiot out of there.
Do they have? I don't even know if the White Sox have fans like that. Like, dude, I don't. What is the White Sox fan base? Now, don't get me wrong. Like, in Cleveland, we're notorious. We got fair weather guys, but look at these dudes. These dudes are not hecklers. These guys. Look at this is the most boring celebration I've ever seen. Like, look at these guys talking. Like these. There's nobody. I have never even heard an interview besides ones done on here from any Guardians players.
Yeah.
Ever. Like,
Again, even if they said it, I don't know. What is he so excited
look
about?
at that. Is
He's like, take that, Cleveland. We beat you on May the 15th, whatever the hell it
on
was.
a Tuesday night.
Well, they don't have a lot to cheer for, boys. So
I mean,
they
my
gotta
God.
you gotta
Yeah,
get
Chicago
excited
sports
about
right now is a disaster.
Yeah.
The Cubs suck. The White Sox suck.
The
Blackhawks suck.
they getting
the
Connor
Bulls
Bedard,
suck,
so
and
they
the Bears
good.
suck.
They getting
People are pretending that Justin Fields is going to lead the Bears to something great. It's not going to happen.
Whoa,
Let's be honest
whoa,
about that. That ain't
whoa.
happening.
Chill out.
It's a lot of it's a lot of Buckeyes.
They getting Connor Bedard for the Blackhawks. So
Well, they get who?
Connor Bedard.
Is it McDavid?
No.
No, look at Thomas with the
You don't
hockey.
know who Connor Bedard is?
You think 'cause I'm white, I know hockey?
Connor
I don't know
Bedard
anything
is
about
the
hockey?
Victor Wembanyama
No,
of
I
the
don't
NHL.
know.
Yes,
no,
he is.
no.
Yes, he is.
No.
Yes, he
He's
is.
the next great hockey player.
Yes, he
Oh, they got the
is.
first pick in the draft.
Yes, they do.
Watch this. Now watch this.
If they got the first pick in the NBA draft, they would have had the first pick in the football
Now watch
draft,
this.
NFL, basketball,
Now-
and hockey.
Now let me give you this, Bulls. This kid is like 5'8". This dude is built like Johnny Manziel.
Oh, really?
And this dude, I could understand if it was Eric Lindros. I'm 6'6", Crosby.
Like Wayne Gretzky wasn't that big, was he?
But here's the thing.
Turn the tape on.
That is
The Connor McDavid, who's the best player in the NHL right now, I think is big.
that
too.
is
scoring wise.
Yeah.
Come on, Wayne Gretzky was so
Listen.
cold. He had a cartoon with Bo Jackson and Michael Jordan.
It's true, he did.
What are we talking about here?
That was badass.
Wayne Gretzky had people in the community shooting each other for LA Kings starter jackets.
I got
you
it.
still can't find. Matter of fact, black people was watching NHL on ESPN.
What does that have
just for Wayne Gretzky?
What does that have to do with Connor Bedard?
We
and the
don't know
Blackhawks?
him in the community.
Nobody knows who the hell he
we
is.
don't know who he is.
I do.
At least
Where's he from?
Nowhere State.
Canada.
Yeah, he's from Canada.
Nowhere. Listen.
So it's now over 30 years since the Canadian team, because the Canadian team will not win the Stanley Cup again this year. It's their sport. It's been 30 years since the Canadian team won, and everybody thought it was going to be Edmonton maybe this year, and they just got eliminated.
Well, because Edmonton they had the two highest scores on their team.
Yeah,
And they,
I actually know the four teams, right? It's Florida Panthers, Vegas.
So far, 2 for 2.
Dallas,
Correct. 3 for 3.
and who's the other Eastern team?
is it the Sachem? What's that team?
The what?
It's like a
Sachem?
Is it Anaheim?
No, it's
no.
not.
Anaheim got the second pick of the
No,
draft.
it's Dallas against Vegas in the West, and then it's Florida, who's the biggest surprise of the four, against.
The big hockey town. Big hockey city. Disappointed in all three of you.
Oh man, Big hockey city.
I know the Maple Leafs.
Not Boston. It's not
Nashville?
No.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Carolina.
Hurricanes.
Oh, the Hurricanes. Right.
Which
I
actually
saw
is a
the
big
odds
hockey
in the
city.
Stanley Cup Finals, though, were all pretty even.
If
Like,
it ain't the Blue
there's no big
Jackets,
fan.
I could care less.
The Blue Jackets haven't done anything since the Crush was here.
Anyway, so there you go. How did we get to hockey? I don't even know.
Oh,
Well, he brought up Connor Bedard.
Yeah, Bedard is one. Yeah, he's 5'8".
He's the Victor Wembanyama.
Wemby is 7'5".
what he
The
is.
comparison, I don't get it. I don't. Now he can shoot though.
He's a talent. He's a generational
Very good.
talent.
All right.
They say.
Go ahead, Mikey.
I got to remind you guys one last time that the Call It Companies Championship is coming to our backyard here in a couple weeks, and you guys should check them out at Firestone Country Club from July 12th through the 16th. There is fun, family-friendly events all week long featuring a brand new fan zone experience, free attendance for kids, and concerts every single night. There is something for everybody. You can learn more at callitgolf.com.